punta tayo ngayon sa mga questions. We're gonna choose from the questions na sinend nyo kanina na tingin natin na very juicy. Ready ka ba, sir, na sagutin itong mga katanungan nila? Yung iba medyo juicy. By the way, hindi ko sa kanya sinend yung questions. Gusto ko kasi yung medyo ayoko yung parang pinaghahandaan. Gusto ko yung surprise effect na para very candid na mangyayari. 'Di ba? Hindi ko sa kanya sinend itong mga questions, and listen very carefully, guys. Ilabas nyo na yung notes nyo or kung ano man yung nyo dyan. Kasi ito na yung medyo juicy na part. Okay, so ito. From Charles Salvacion. Sabi niya, I know T3 had a lot of struggles before he went full-time trading. Na-share mo na daw yung buhay mo sa mga webinars. Now, ang question niya is, how did you overcome the adversities? What made you decide na mag-full-time trader?
For some people, wired sila na kailangan sila motivate. Some people aren't to perform or do it or become gritty enough in terms of handling adversity. Some people in their personal they're struggling, medyo mag-step back. For me, when I experience struggles, it happens. Pero the main thing that really kept me going was obviously family. Sabi nga nila, you need to have a deep why on why you do. You can't just be as shallow as becoming rich, living the lifestyle, or becoming living and becoming free of your job. For me, it goes deeper. For me, it runs along the lines of me being able to provide for my family, or at least be able to live the financial position we're in the family. So that was it. Ako hindi ko naisip masyado, although partly making money is it, pero it has more to do with me knowing that I can fully provide my siblings. Panganay ako sa aming tatlong province. Yun ang tinitingnan ko. As some of you guys might know, my students, guys who are following me, my mom passed away early. So I didn't really get to college. Yung pera na dapat mo sa college, just like sa pagpapawiran, sa networking. Pero that didn't stop me. Kumbaga, the thing that I was looking at was I want my siblings to not experience the same degree of hardship that I did.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Ayos. Thank you for that. So, I hope, Charles, nasagot yung question mo. Next question from Katrina. Katrina Campo, sabi niya, what was the worst advice you have followed when you were still starting as a trader? So, kung may best advice, ito worst advice.
Dami. Pero I think it has to be sell when happy.
Sell when happy.
Of course, papilit ko magkaka-migraine ako pag naririnig. Sell when happy.
So ano na ngayon ang pina-follow mo?
Sell when you should be selling.
Yan. Systematic. Systematic na. Okay, next. From Eljan Salenga. What is the best way to stay motivated while charting, studying setups, backtesting, etc. when starting out as a trader? So, siguro for newbie traders, paano daw sila magiging motivated?
I think you need to, lagi sa akin itong Charles, na you always need to see the bigger picture. So for the guys who are looking for motivation, the motivation that you need to have is the life that you want to live in the future. The life that you want to live doesn't just happen in an instant. You don't just get to be, living the ideal life, having the best relationship, having the best time with your family, etc., being away from, something that you have to work on constantly. Ako, ang motivation ko sa sarili ko isn't prize. It's loving the process, loving the grit, so that I will be deserving when the prize is there. So,
ayos.
Yeah.
What are your deepest whys? Sabi ni Ron Bernardo. Kanina nabanggit mo na about your siblings. Siguro, yun na ba yun? About, aside from that,
Yep.
meron pa bang iba?
Wala eh. Before, medyo personal na. When I was in a relationship, girlfriend ko.
Yan na.
Ano,
Ayan na.
yun. Next question na tayo.
What's from James Ray Cortez? What's your most challenging experience on the market? How did it make or break you?
I think yung pinaka most challenging was the initial part where I was faced with losing money.
Mm-hmm.
Losing money big time. And how I got to use that as a means in understanding how the game should. I think particularly when it comes to trading, it's really necessary. You have to be comfortable. No, not just comfortable. You have to be at peace with the fact that you will be wrong and you will be lose, or you will lose. So it's always a probability game. No matter how well you have a system, no one beats the market 100% of the time. You will be wrong, and getting rid of that is one of the struggles that I always struggle. Yung learning to let go, learning to be comfortable, and kumbaga natural sa akin yung state of losing, because you lose. Even best traders, there are a lot of good traders there with only very low hit rates when it comes to the successful trades that they have. Some have systems with just around 20 to 30% hit rates that are successful. Some have 50, some have high, or in the 70s or 80%. But you will always lose. So it's something that you guys, for our listeners right now, especially if you're starting out, learn to come to terms with. You need to come and be comfortable and be at peace with the fact that you will. And it always is a probability thing. So, yun. I guess it also delves into yung tinuturo ni Cap, which is fighting yourself, intangibles, working towards removing yourself from the equation, yung ego mo. Kasi your ego, your desire to be right, your desire to look good, your desire to be a lot of, most of the time, if not all the time, hinders you from getting to an area of strength which you should. So, yeah.
Ayos. Thank you. Ito magandang question to from Marco Hanairo. Ito na ang question mo. Sabi niya, actually nasagot na kanina to, yung first half ng question niya, pero yung follow through yung medyo nagustuhan ko. Sabi niya, how long before you became consistently profitable? What would you have modified in your initial learning process to make it more effective?
Number one always has to be your desire to make money. Your desire to, this is it, trading. Ito na, chance of a lifetime for me to get out of my job, get rid of my shitty boss, be able to live the life that I always wanted. Your desire to make money, your desire to be rich. Kasi that's just an outcome. That's just the outcome. I think everyone. I think if not all who start in trading always look at the outcome instead of the process. Instead of looking at how they should be achieving things in terms of profitability, getting good trades, becoming consistent, they focus more on being rich. Mga shallow eh. Sobrang shallow if you focus on the outcome. That's just like, wala pang 1%. That's just a byproduct. Majority of the work is in the process. So, for me, yun ang number one hindering factor that disabled me from becoming consistently profitable fast. Yung not focusing on the process. Obviously, we all as individuals are human. We all have things that we struggle with. Iba tinatamad, iba in terms of ego is all over their heads, and a bunch of other things. Some people are more fearful than others. Some people are way too confident. I guess it has to be balanced in a sense that you understand that you need to work on your process and also need to those two things, not the money, not the outcome, not the life that you always want. It's the work.
Yun. It's the work. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go to the next one from Vincent J. Tepora. As a full-time trader, do you get allowance from your gains monthly by setting a specific target percentage of gains?
No, I don't do that. I have somewhat a figure in my head that I need to, pero I do not let that get in my head in terms of how I run through my book or my system.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi you need to understand that at certain points, some setups, some strategies that you use aren't particularly good at certain market conditions, but are actually amazing on other conditions. So the market isn't always absolute. If you make, or say, if you last year 2017 you doubled, quadrupled into portfolio, doesn't mean that you will be able to do that the next year because the variables are ever changing. The ground is always shifting. So for me, sure, it's good to have something in your head in terms of a target that you need to hit, but you also need to be realistic in respecting that there would be days that the market is giving lots of opportunities and you wouldn't be. For me, it's just a matter of being at my A game when the opportunities are at the table and me scaling back and trying to focus on other things when the opportunities aren't as plentiful. Particularly now, since we're in a market that is not that much.
Ayos. Let's go to the next one from Joseph Hernandez. Sabi ni Sir Joseph, what's your worst trading nightmare?
There was a time last year, around April or May, I think that's around May, where I was fresh, I was fully cash, 100% cash ako. And then, I have no positions. And I had planned a lot of things. And come market open, hanggang tanghali, I was able to take 4 good entries. Now, for me, were really, really good. Those 4 trades didn't work out. By the market close, those 3 were down. I have to cut a few of them. And then the next succeeding day, mali pa rin. For me, that's my nightmare, pero it's also a means for me, somewhat it is, for me to bring my A game to the table. And I know a lot of experienced traders and traders who have been through a lot over the years know that no matter how well you put in the game at any particular period, no matter how well you plan your trades, no matter how well foresee na pag nagbumili ka ng breakout na to, di tirada at lilipad tong stock na to, there will always be that off chance that you. For me, I think that's my nightmare. Being able to put my A game and being able in the market drowning me in successive losses. So for me, actually, na foresee ko na yan, I'm somewhat two moves ahead of that. When that happens, I usually scale my risk so that I'll be able to bounce back when the opportunity.
Ayos. Ayos. Andrew Payowen asks, what is your trading goal this year and why?
That's a good question. For me, my trading this year is to help not just traders out there. I have lots of plans, particularly in the third quarter and fourth. Pero on a personal note, I want to focus more on becoming a better market trader. Para sa akin, although I like technical side of things, I'm lately lang ako in love sa psychological aspect ng trading. Looking at the cognitive side of trading, what causes people to make mistakes, what causes us to have certain biases that affect our trading. Because it doesn't only just work in trading, so yung particular aspect na yun is what I really want to and of course become better in terms of helping my students and regular community and becoming better versions of.
So parang may no? Mayroon ng higher calling talaga na nagaganap Sabi ni Chris Comia, sabi niya, how do you eliminate noise so that you can focus on executing your plan? So, siguro, define noise first. Ano yung noise para sa'yo? And how do you eliminate that?
Noise for me is distractions that aren't important. It's very subjective to every person. Some people, for them, noise is having someone in the room.
Yun na.
Ingay mo. Yung mga may pamilya dyan, nag-aaway yung mga asawa kasi ingay or magulo.
Kalabit moves.
May kalabit moves, nagtitrade tapos may papanood sa'yo na Facebook video or nakakatawa na meme.
Okay.
Minsan
Guilty ako dyan eh.
Dahil sa ganun.
Guilty ako dyan.
Okay, so yun, it's very subjective. Pero ang pinaka-noise talaga for me is the bad habits that you have that limit your ability to be good at what you're doing.
Yun.
Para sa akin yun ang pinaka-maingay na noise eh. Kasi hindi lang yun basta mga kalabit-kalabit pang parang megaphone yun eh, na ginugulo yung direction ng buhay. Focus in terms of how you allocate it towards the things that matter. So, for me, habits.
Habits, correct. Honey Gondran, sabi niya, do you consider yourself successful in trading?
No. For me, success isn't a destination. It always is a state of being. It's
Wow.
not, kumikita ka na, you're making 6 figures, 7 figures every week, or you're already living the life that no. It's a state of being. It's a state of always striving to become a better person. Being able to, not stagnate. Kasi ang daming mga tao, pag kumikita na, I've been trading for more than 5 years. Hindi naman ako si zero, pero I've seen a few traders who did well. Pero after they did well, became too comfortable and their commitment towards the game changed. So, sa mga may asawa dyan, di ba ganun yun eh? Pag masyado ka na comfortable, ayaw mo na sabihin.
Yes.
Good morning text ka pa, di ba? Padala-dala pa ng cheesecake. Di ba? Dati, nasa sinihan kayo. Ngayon, wala na eh. Ano na lang eh. So, ganun din sa trading eh. And it's funny kasi a lot of things that are real for trading actually apply to life as well. In terms of commitment talaga. Yung outcome or quality of the stuff that you get out of trading, not just money, but the things that you derive out of it is really tied up with the amount of that you have to. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Yung buhay na dadaan ka lang, yung buhay na sakto lang, yung buhay na mediocre lang, yung sakto lang. It's easy to just go with the flow, go through life, whatever's convenient, it's easy. Pero to live a good life, to become a really good trader, to become a really high-performing trader, it's hard. And, having a good life is hard. There's gonna be lots of work, but at the end of the day, it always will.
Ayos. Napaka-juicy. From Mark Christian Valete, how does self-awareness affect trading?
Self-awareness, say, always is 2 variables. It's always the market. Obviously, you need to work on the variables that are in the market, how you can trade them. But you also, which is much more important, work on yourself. Being aware of the stuff that you do, being self-aware in a sense that you get to see through yourself yung mga bagay na ginagawa mo and be able to adjust so that you will become better at what you're doing, whether that's trading or anything. That's important. A lot of people, in a sense, just keep doing what they're doing without actually questioning their motivations behind it, without actually questioning or looking into why they do it, what's working right, what's working wrong. Dali lang mag-autopilot through life and just okay na to, bagong market day na naman, Wednesday na naman. So, silip-silip lang ako ng mga stock. So, okay to, paano mo gawin? Yung ganun ba? Yung ganung klaseng towards what you're doing is very shallow. Pero yeah, it goes beyond that.
Ayos. From Mark Joseph Lozada, what is your daily routine before and after market opens?